just with better graphics.
Are they gonna charge more for it, or?
No, it's also it's the same, basically just $500 for just 4K coverage. That's not good.
Okay, so it's basically the equivalent of like a PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want 4K, use Steam, computer, PC. Just. Like,
Well, a lot of people would rather use like a console due to the fact that you don't have to upgrade a console compared to a computer.
Yeah, but like all these you guys have me download.
I don't think it was a good idea for them to do that. They had like better opportunities of stuff they could have brought to the table that wasn't just 4K.
No, but see, so now the thing is that gonna be the only console getting new games? Because all the new games are gonna start being made in 4K?
No.
They'll definitely still come out for Xbox One.
It's kind of like how when they released the PS4 Pro, everyone was talking about how that's going to be the only thing released, but then they realized it's the same games. It's just running on higher quality.
Right.
So. Yeah. Okay. If we're going to talk about E3, we have to talk about one thing, and that's Bethesda.
But I didn't. That
Should we finish Microsoft?
What new games did they announce?
Bethesda?
Yeah.
They didn't. They talked about Elder Scrolls, but they talked about.
Didn't they have that new Raven Rabbids game? Raven Rabbids.
Oh, with that's not
with
even
Mario.
What? That's like you're not even on the same company right now. But just in general, I don't know. This E3's been a little weird.
Wolfenstein 2 looked okay.
Wolfenstein 2, I'll give them credit. The first game was actually kind of decent, but
I actually never got to touch those.
Sorry to like flip back onto a different topic, but Ubisoft only announced one new game this year, right?
What, Ubisoft?
Did they?
Yeah.
Will they not
Far Cry 5.
No, they announced more.
What else?
The new Mario game. Not Mario game, the new Raven Rabbids game with Mario in it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm halfway there to Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot remake.
Oh yeah, for PS4.
Yeah, it didn't look too good to me. It comes out in 12 days.
My square button broke.
Yeah. How about that South Park, the new game? That looks pretty good. I'm a guy for strategy games. That's not.
Wait, is my voice like gonna be heard over the stream?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So what topic are we even on right now?
Just E3 in general, I guess. We didn't really.
So here's something worth mentioning.
Assassin's
Did you guys? This is kind of old news. There's this YouTuber. I should really have the information on his name, but I can't think of who it is. He's that YouTuber that would like do covers of songs, where like it would be a bunch of him, like acapella kinda. Oh, what was his name?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Is this literally just you spam square? That's it?
I'm actually starting to get cancer from this game. I hate to break it to you all.
Yeah, I quit.
I'm scared.
Oh, Austin Jones.
I've heard
Austin Jones.
Austin Jones.
Austin Jones. Yeah, he was that singing YouTuber, basically. And
never heard.
They caught him asking like 14, 15-year-olds to send him pictures of he asked girls to send him videos of them twerking and shit. And he actually ended up like fucking he sent a video to a girl teaching her how to do it, like how to twerk and all that shit, and it got leaked. And you know, he was arrested, right? For, you know, possession of child pornography. But he got released. He was released. Why was he released?
Yes.
I don't know. I guess there just wasn't, like, enough backup, like, evidence to,
I mean, it sounded like a pretty good evidence to me.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear a guy, like, a really well-known YouTuber that's, like, you know, kids love him, then, and he's doing that kind of shit, it just seems a little out of the ordinary, you know?
If you heard, like, PewDiePie or someone like that do it, you'd, like, question if it actually happened.
Dude,
Well,
if
yeah,
PewDiePie
because he's
actually
gained
did
such
that,
a
I'd be so
popularity,
happy.
and
I'll be like,
A lot of people just dismiss it as a rumor. Anyway.
well, that's what they always do for big YouTubers. Like, they never take into account that things could possibly happen because they've built up such a good reputation that they wouldn't think that someone like that would do something, you know?
yeah.
And I don't know.
My thumb is starting to cramp.
That's why I'm not using a thumb, first of all. Second of all. So I was on Facebook yesterday.
Okay.
Off topic, still sounds dang, but so I was scrolling down and I read something that said, should I expose them? And I didn't think much of it, and I just kind of scrolled past it. But then I go down farther and I just see like a dick pic, a video of a penis, and I'm like, what the fuck?
A video of a penis? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, well, some guy like sending nudes to this girl who didn't want it,
Uh-huh.
and
So she just...
yeah, she exposed them, as she said she was. But the first thought of mine was like, isn't that illegal? Because she's
yes.
a teenager, and so what I'm thinking is anyone gonna say anything?
That she posted that?
Yeah, because it's technically it is child pornography if you think about it.
Yeah, but I mean, well, if she doesn't have evidence that it was sent unwillingly, then there's nothing like...
Well, she posted the conversation by the video, and it was unwillingly.
Well, then yeah, she has the right to... Well, she doesn't really have the right to do that, but I can see why she would do that.
But you would think like people would do something about it, like
I've
adults.
playing for like 3 minutes and I already clicked 1,000 times.
Same.
Tell me what, I'm sure that if you'll actually play this game, you'll hit up to me. You can come up and be home for 10 days.
Why does it seem like I'm not progressing?
I don't know. If
are
you
you
click
still on
R2,
level
it will
1?
pass you through the levels.
I'm on Forest level 2.
I'm on Forest
What?
level 5.
I'm on Drylands level 7.
How did you
I'm
get
in
there?
Stonefields level
You click
I
R1
hit
first,
R2 after
R2.
I killed 10 people.
Oh.
Dude,
I'm
I'm on
silly.
level 5, my hand is gonna die.
Hey,
Probably
Anthony,
have
I'm
a
on
lot
level
of fun,
68.
Okay, you play this game a little bit too much there, buddy.
No,
But,
whenever you place
you know.
it, you can be playing nothing new and it still runs in the background. Like, you have money. Your people killed these people while you were gone.
Do you guys remember, like, this was, like, last year, I think? This girl posted well, she went on Facebook and she was like, don't come to school tomorrow, blah, 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 and she posted, like, a fake picture of a gun. And, the police were on her just like that. But then, like, a day later, a guy did it, and there was no charge.
I've never heard of that.
So, like, the idea of, not really sexism, but, like, you know.
Yeah, be hidden, Michaels. Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
That's something I'd love to talk about, but no one is like, yeah, no one. Every time I like to talk about that, everyone gets their fucking panties in a bunch, and it's fucking retarded.
About what?
I wouldn't.
But you know,
I'm on dry lands level 6.
I'm on Stone Fields, level 60.
I'm on dry land number 8. Just letting everything
My tree beast
I'm
is a
choosing
level
not to do
5.
it.
But
Level 6
have you guys
tree
know
beast.
like anything recent on Facebook that's been like stupid?
well, I don't really get on Facebook too often, mainly because the shit I always see on there is just redundant and pitiful, and I don't have time for that. So,
Yeah. I only get on it to like when I'm bored. That's probably the only reason why.
right.
That's why. But like I go on Snapchat because there's stories on there. They're like featured. They're pretty cool. Like that girl that I kind of want to talk about that. The one who sent all the text messages and got put 20 years in jail. For,
What?
or-
I never heard about that. Like, where did that? What happened?
So this girl 5 years ago, 5 years ago, this guy committed suicide. And the reason why he committed suicide, well, I don't know what the reason was, 'cause I wasn't looking too much into it. But this girl was talking to him while he was trying to commit suicide, and he told her he was going to commit suicide. But the girl was like, "Go ahead and do
I saw that.
it." She was like giving him support to commit suicide, and it goes back in the previous conversations to where she would keep telling him, "Hey, it's fine if you kill yourself," for lack of better terms. I don't want to keep saying commit suicide. So it kept going on and over, and it traversed
The
into
drunken brawler good.
him sitting in his truck with some kind of gas going around in it, and he was going to shoot. I'm not sure if he was going to shoot himself, but I know he killed himself in the car. I don't remember how. And the last text message they put up on court saying, with all the girls saying, "Yeah, just do it. You got no reason left." And so she got involuntary manslaughter for that and 20 years, which I think it was deserved. But I don't know how other people felt about that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
from-
basically someone saying, "Yeah, just kill yourself." So I can see that sentence.
Yeah, from the view
Well,
of
it's like,
it,
You know how many, you know how many times Ryan tells that to like me daily?
yeah, that's what I say. We say
do you
that
know
every
how
day.
many times he says that to me?
We say
when,
we say kill yourself on like, I won't say a daily basis, but I say every once in a
Oh,
while.
it is.
And
It
we,
is.
and,
It's a daily
and we
basis.
never mean it. But think about people out there who are like actually fine with it. Like that's pretty fucked up. I never really thought about it. But anyway,
Well, okay, you gotta think of something like this. You know, a lot of people would like criticize me if I told somebody that I was comfortable with in public, because no one minds their own fucking business anymore.
Yeah.
So, I remember one time I said that to Brandon, out in public. And some girl got on me and was like, "That's just terrible. Why would you say that to him? You're a terrible individual." And I just looked at her. I was like, "Why do you care?"
Speaking of that, in this clicker thing, are they just like punching themselves in the face until they die?
Oh my god.
no, you killed them a second. Well, this isn't a gaming stream, but it goes back to last year where we had that thing that just basically started with us saying kill yourself. And then it resulted in this whole big thing that started into terrible like stuff.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not something you should, you know, just go out and say willingly. But at the same time, since I'm a dark-humored individual, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, we all have dark humor, but then we joke around with ourselves because we never really expect anything bad to come out of it, because we don't think any of us would do anything stupid. What?
Then there's that person who
maybe
takes it.
Wyatt.
And then there was that thing last year where I told Tobin, "Hey, jokingly KYS, and what he did was cut himself. And now,
I don't think
Yeah,
we
we're
should
not
mention
gonna-
names and streams.
Yeah, we shouldn't mention names about that.
who
But
told me?
You said the name.
Just saying that.
Anyway, there's always that person that either takes it too seriously or too far.
It's usually people that take shit way too seriously because everyone in America is a little special snowflake that gets their feelings hurt.
Yeah. Because we always take things too far, but not to the point where it would, I guess, hinder our views, I guess, because I don't know how to really put that. We never really go to the line where it would hurt someone's feelings or make someone depressed, unless someone, you know, would, like, mention a dad joke to Wyatt or something like that.
So are you talking about me for like the first 2 months I knew Wyatt?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna point that out, but yeah.
I wasn't gonna point that out, but like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first met Wyatt, I kinda got carried away with those kind of things. And then I realized the situation, and I felt like a piece of shit.
I mean, because why not? I was like, Wyatt, are your parents arguing?
Can we
They're
not
just
talk
yelling.
about
I was
this
like,
on our stream, please?
yep.
But, like that, when that girl called me out on my Facebook because I said there's two genders.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if someone can give me like real solid evidence that there's
Google
more
says
than
it
two, I would definitely look at that information and those facts greatly.
I'm gonna put my stance on
You
that.
can't really give evidence. It's opinion based.
Yeah, I believe there are two genders, but I won't stop people's opinions because it's their opinions. I'm not gonna say, hey, you fucking retard, who the fuck are you? I'm gonna say, okay. Until there's that point when...
No,
Maybe
I'll
we just
let
need
you
to make
finish.
cards against.
Well,
You know what they
it's
should do?
not
Oh, sorry.
that point where they flounder too much. I say flounder because I move fish. But where they give it out too much to where because there's someone in my German class who used to be in my German class who was like, yeah, I'm some type of gender, I don't remember what it was, but it was like, I'm a girl on some days and a guy on other days. I thought that was fucking retarded. Like, excuse me for my language, but
Chris, there's your proof.
you can't say, hey, I'm a man today, let me go to the boys' bathroom. Oh, I turned to a girl while I'm in the bathroom. I guess I can't be in here. Let me be a boy again. Like, that kind of shit.
That sounds like Curry.
Stupid.
Okay.
Stop messaging. Not messaging. Stop saying names.
No one's gonna...
No one's
It
gonna
sounds
know,
like
who
that
cares?
one person from that one place that we all know, except for Chris, you know?
And by the way, don't mention names.
So here's my thing. I agree that people are entitled to their own opinions and can believe whatever they want. I don't care what people believe. But when you start coming to me with bullshit that defies basic biology, you know, and you're really like certain on the shit and trying to push that opinion onto me and make it seem like it's correct, I'm not gonna stand there and just let you bully me. I'm gonna point out how fucking stupid you are. And something a lot of people get mixed up is gender and sexuality.
Yeah.
There's a male and a female, but a male can be homosexual, bisexual, asexual, whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
And
People who
But-
want to fuck food.
Yeah, dude. Like, or sapiosexuals, people that are sexually attracted to intelligence.
Yeah.
What about
A lot of those people.
But it's I don't know.
I love how we went from the topic of E3 to sexuality.
We
yeah,
didn't stay on
that's
E3 for more than like a minute, so
Well, let me put it like this.
you
It's-
picked one thing from like each conference.
Well, it's like, you can't talk about someone's gender without someone also bringing up their sexuality in most cases. as always, you say something about sexuality, someone's being like, gender. No politics.
Okay,
I mean, we can. I don't care.
I was gonna
I'm
ask
just-
a Trump question, but like,
You're gonna ask a Trump question? What?
Yeah.
Let's not go beat up on a politician or something like that. If it's relevant, bring it up.
On a politician? What do you mean beat up on a politician?
Like,
abduct one and
basically
punch them in the face a lot.
no, start making fun of or like.
Making fun of Trump? We can do that.
We
Yeah,
can
That's
do
totally
that, but-
okay. That's totally okay.
But there's not.
Okay.
But there are a lot of people who
Speaking
don't
of that-
like. There are people
I don't
here
like
who
either of them.
agree with Donald Trump, and I don't think they would enjoy his like beating on
Who
him.
here?
I don't think they would
Who
really
here?
care.
Who here? Besides Lupin, apparently. And
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
like
judge.
I've never liked any of them. I don't care enough about presidencies
Actually,
to
just like
care at all.
like future stuff.
Politics?
Well, no, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, it goes over to people who have become publicly known, as in, like, movies, stuff like that, TV shows,
Famous
compared
people?
to actual politicians that are actually trying to become candidates for president. Well, I'm not saying the people aren't, I'm saying, like, because... I'm saying because, like, how many people have been coming out to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go run for the president of the United States, and then people are like, yeah, I'll vote for this person, when they're not thinking about the actual fact of, do you want a famous person who's just been in movies and TV shows, or do you want an actual politician who can help the country out? Because that happened with Donald Trump, I should say, because he was more of
He's a
a
businessman.
businessman than a politician. I say he could be good for our economy, but coming to terms with more of the military side and the Congress side, I don't think he'll perform well. It's been almost, I say, it's been more than half a year, but it just doesn't look like good for the future for us.
Okay. I'm gonna give my opinion on something, and some of you are probably gonna be like, what? I personally believe if we did not elect Trump as president, if we didn't do it, the Black Lives Matter thing would not have gotten as big as it did. At all.
I agree with that.
I doubt it wouldn't have. I honestly doubt it would have even happened. Now, does that mean that I believe there wouldn't be disagreements about racial tension? No. I still believe there are going to be people that are going to be like, oh, pro-Black lives, you know. But
Hey, I'm gonna mute my mic. I gotta call my grandma real quick.
when he started coming into the picture, coincidentally, if I can even use that word in this, you know, scenario, the whole thing with the, you know, the white cops killing the black individuals shit started happening. And I think that's not good, honestly, like, obviously. But at the same time, a lot of people are blaming the fact that the way that African Americans are perceived in this country is all blamed on Caucasian, like, which really African American deaths are usually caused by other African Americans, which no one likes to take a look at because they're so, you know, special snowflakes.
One-minded.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I was gonna say something. If you're finished, I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
I was talking about like the police lives kind of thing that popped up at that time. How they were treated like dookie.
That only happened because Black Lives was a thing.
Yeah,
literally.
I'm saying, like, the movements that happen nowadays are causes of other movements. And I think I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm saying that I think it's stupid how us as a society can't come to grips with just racial constructs, that we have to make movements to prove that one race is equal to another. I just think that's stupid. And there are people out there who believe that their race should be better than, I say, the race of Caucasians, or terms, which I feel is like not right, because it's in the Constitution. The Bible. I don't believe in God, but I'll say this: that all men are created equal. Well, all men, all races, same thing. No movements need to be had. We can solve this in a civil manner. Well, I would repeat that. We could try to solve it in a civil manner, but it's just stupid.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on one thing. I get what you mean when you say there are groups of people who try to express that one race is more superior than the other. I agree with that. But I also feel as if this has been something that's been, you know, I feel like the white man caused this, personally. And that sounds weird. But, you know, when a lot of people point at the factor that, it's usually been African Americans or, you know, Spanish who have been victim to slavery and racism compared to how white people have been treated. I agree that they have the right to be mad, African Americans and Hispanics, if brought up, but I don't feel as if this is the way to do it, because we're a different, like, society is just, it's constantly changing and sculpting into something new.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, this might be controversial, but African Americans actually created slavery.
Well, no.
No,
It was African Americans.
Depending on how you look at that.
No.
How are you looking at that?
Native tribes, they kept them as slaves, and it inspired us whites.
Well, it wasn't. What you're saying is that it was based on race when that happened. What actually happened back at that time was people of their civilization, they would bring in people from other civilizations and make those people as their slaves, or people that were already lower class, born as lower class, those people were also made as slaves. It wasn't a racial thing, it was a class thing, which is still, like, basically what's happening today.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Does Clicker Heroes run in the background when you're playing?
Shut up!
You're not allowed to ask any more questions when we're having conversations, but, It's like back in the day, civilizations were like, "Hey, you're the lower class. We're better than you because we're richer. You're our slaves now." It wasn't based on, "Hey, you're this color and we're this
It
color,
wasn't based off of the race or the physical appearance. It was based on how you were ranked in your, if you want to call it, little society or group of people.
Which
and still, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No,
It would better if you just go first.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, I forgot. You go ahead. You help me remind myself.
And even still, that sort of system plays a role in today. Not really in the sense of, hey, you're a lower class, so us upperclassmen tell you what to do. It's more so the whole idea of upper, lower, middle classmen. But back then, the way it was seen was, if you weren't strong enough to support yourself, then you weren't useful, and you should be used for labor.
It's like how the president is above the military and the military is above. I would say this because of, like, just in terms they're above civilians, and the civilians are above, I guess, dogs per se. Like, dogs would be the slaves in that level. I'm not calling dogs slaves, but just like, in a sense, like, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean dogs are slaves?
So it's like that, except I don't know where I'm going with this. I lost track of what I was saying.
Dogs are slaves.
No, but it's like it goes to the point of it's more of a social hierarchy than it is a race type thing, but people don't seem to grasp the concept of equality. They grasp the concept of
overpowering.
Yes, because people are all about power. They aren't about. No one is going to want to be like the same as someone else. You're going to be better, and that's where I guess our faults lie in some places. We don't understand that yet, and we need to start understanding that better.
No, I mean, some of us understand it, but a majority of this country is just,
we need
we're not
a
the
majority.
brightest crayons of the international box.
Like 8% of Americans didn't know that we won independence from Britain. Like adults.
That really does not surprise me. Like,
It
really
also
does not
goes
surprise me.
20% of the population thought chocolate milk came from brown cows.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either, but it sounds like something we would do. Because as a society, while we've grown more advanced, we've also grown more fucking stupid.
We've kind of been a fucking stupid nation.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of came to this land, said, fuck it, it's ours, and now it's ours. We kind of killed everybody here, and then we built it up to be this stupid fucking society built on materialism and not capitalism, I should say. Materialism and fucking control.
Well, if you look at it from here, like, from this perspective, not to say, when we were gaining independence from, I guess, Britain, or, I'm stupid, I forgot what that country was. We're gaining independence from Britain. It was because of taxes, but it was more than just that. But if you look at taxation back then and taxation nowadays, we're being taxed more than what we were taxed back then. Like the percentage-wise, because back then I think it was around 7-8%. Or a little bit less, I don't remember. But it's like...
wait, tax off of what?
Tax on the products. Like tea and stuff like that, how all taxation stuff happens.
Okay, but by what? What do you gotta be a little more specific.
What are you trying to say?
Okay, like here's an example. Like, whenever you buy something,
yeah,
like something for $1, there's like 7 cents more
Yeah, that's 7%.
That's tax on $1. What are you saying they were? What was being taxed for? How you saying stuff was taxed for how much it was?
It was like the same happened with whatever the taxation was back then. Me, being myself for lack of stupid.
I suggest we throw some Lipton into the Ohio River.
Yeah, but what we were doing back then was we were being taxed around. I don't remember, but it's around the same amount we were being taxed today per dollar. It was per dollar, which I believe was stupid. But
well, fuck yeah, we all thought it was stupid. That's why we had the fucking American Revolution. Because we were fucking sick of it.
No, I'm saying what I think is stupid is how we fought for independence, but we're being taxed the same amount as what we fought to not have. You see what I'm saying there?
No, I really don't actually.
Okay, well, inflation has rise.
Okay.
Or decreased, however it works.
Okay.
We're being taxed around the same amount how we were back when we fought for independence based on those same taxes. Which, it seems counterproductive.
Okay. I guess I can see. Yeah. I guess I see what you mean. I'm telling you, nothing. This is just my opinion. Nothing would have gone downhill if we hadn't elected a reality star as our president. I don't understand how people look past the idea. My mic's a little close. How this man filed for bankruptcy many times, many times, and they believe that he's going to be a good candidate to lower the American debt and to increase relations with foreign countries when he doesn't even want to do that, for one. He wants it to be all fucking us. And he's relying on a country that is so fucking idiotic and full of shit because we elected the stupid motherfucker. But no one wants to bat an eye. Big bad Trump casino. I agree. But yeah. And like, I don't care. Look, I don't care if someone's a Republican and does support him. I don't, like, you can, if you want to support him, that's all you. Liberals, worst stream ever. It's not, well, I'm allowed to be entitled to my own opinion, Raider. Sorry. My opinion is that he sucks, but that's fine. I don't care what someone else believes. This isn't your stream, this is mine. If you don't like it, you can leave.
That was literally a big part of the stream earlier.
The big bad wolf is gonna come and blow down our
communist country.
I think people who
we live in a communist country. The world, the president doesn't want you to know that, nor does the government.
I don't think they understand what a communist country is.
If liberals didn't exist, this stream wouldn't exist for you to be triggered on. God damn. That's what my ooh.
Let's go back to conversation.
Okay, fine. Now, let's talk about something that's not gonna trigger someone's little achy breaky heart.
That's impossible.
That's not impossible.
Oh, no one here listens to fucking rap music. God damn it.
Excuse you.
You don't.
No. I don't listen to a lot of rap music, you right?
I listen to country and that's it.
Okay, that's why we're not friends.
This one. So how about the new, like, I guess new style of music that's going on?
The new style of music?
No, we're not.
What new style of music?
I mean,
what do you? Which one this time?
I mean how music has progressed, say from the late 2000s into the mid 2010s. That sounds like so
the
like
late
the late
2000s? Is that what you said?
Yeah, late 2000s, like
around the mid 2010s. So like 2009 to 2013.
No, what I'm saying is, think about the time period between like 2005, 2010, and look about like now from 2014, 2017 and later. Like, how do they differ from like a 4 year gap?
Well, I mean, in the past like fucking 6 years, a lot more hip-hop artists have gained a lot more popularity than what they did. Once again, my opinion, there's a lot more hype for hip-hop now than there was in the 2000s, because now, and that's not, in my opinion, that's not the most, you know, looked for, that's not a good way to put that. It's not the top genre of music in my opinion, because I can't say there really is one at this point, because there's always subgenres emerging, like how you had the trap scene for like from 20, like yeah, you had dubstep from like 2009 to 2013, 14, and then you had the trap scene from like 2015 to late 16. Not even that, like 14 to early 2016, and then you had the whole fucking futuristic, like future-based type shit when it was emerging with all of the pop artists, like, you know, like you had Zayn, Pillow Talk, and well, here's the thing. I don't listen to shit pop music anymore because it is what I just said, shit pop music. So it's all basically the same formula at this point. Just really generic lyrics along with an overused DJ or electronic artists to produce a very generic beat. And this is
there you go, because this is kind of like an after topic.
SoundCloud rappers, though, and I'm not gonna lie, my friend just commented this. SoundCloud rappers are where it's at. SoundCloud rappers have actually impacted the hip hop game more than people believe they have. Because, you know, from fucking SoundCloud we got XXX Tater Tots, and rappers like Ski Mask and Keith 8 and Rich Chigga, and you all probably don't even know who I'm talking about right now, but that's okay. And then we got like Lil Pump, even though he sucks. Lil Pump is fucking trash, and no one can argue with me on that because he's fucking terrible. Anyway,
do you feel that music nowadays is impacting our minds into a better, like, better structure because of the lack of unfucking.
Are you asking me, do I think music has a positive impact on us?
Yeah, do you think it has a positive or negative impact nowadays compared to back then?
Compared to back then? What's back then?
I mean, like, back then as in, like, the 90s, like, how like, big it was back then.
Okay, when you say that, you have to take into account the genres of music that were, like, getting bigger in the times you're comparing. Because the 90s were a time of, like, many genres. You had the rap game, you had the pop game, the rock and roll. I mean, and nowadays you don't see a lot of rock and roll artists, you know, or bands coming out.
People nowadays don't classify themselves as rock and roll. They go into more metal genres, which I don't like. They either say they're hard rock or metal. They don't say just pure out, hey, we're like rock.
Well, yeah, it's because you have many different genres of rock. You've got like indie rock, and then grunge rock, and then metal, and then death metal, and then screamo, and then all that shit. So it's kind of hard to just take it all into one, like, general genre, that is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you mentioned beats earlier.
Beats?
How are your beats, like, as in the rhythm? How's your beats been coming up from your album? Just kind of.
We're not gonna. when you
not wanna talk
misgenre a
about
band
that?
and the fans get triggered. I feel that. We're not gonna talk about my album because that's no, we're not gonna talk about my album. I'm not gonna expose any secrets.
Okay.
Okay, I'll expose one secret. I'll expose one secret. I'll expose one secret. 10 tracks, but 11 if I like you enough. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, past the music, I guess. The artists now, the older artists are starting to fade out. I've noticed that a lot, but
In what genre?
and I say a lot like rock.
Rock is dying out. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm depressed about that because that's like my favorite genre. But
Like, when's the last time? Okay, when's the last time you heard? Let's see.
I know about a year or two ago Metallica made an album and I enjoyed it. I liked it. But they're old, so I'm not gonna put
Well,
them
yeah, they're old, but
with rock, like not rock, but like I haven't heard any like Avenged Sevenfold or Disturbed or stuff like that coming out recently. Any like because
well,
nowadays,
a lot of those kind of. Go ahead.
well, nowadays I see a lot of emo rock, and I don't
Emo rock.
I don't know what actual
Give me an
genre it
example of emo rock.
is. Like stuff like Panic at the Disco. That's not rock. What is that?
Okay, I was gonna say, Panic at the Disco's kind of changed their sound quite a bit. They used to. I can agree. Back then, they were a fucking emo band and a half, but now they've kind of fit in with the constant wave of change that's happening. So now they just sound like a fucking generic ass band. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but it's just they're getting the. How would I put it?
Would you say short end of stick or something like that?
They're getting the cancer cells in their body that have impacted rock already. Does that make sense? They're becoming one with the disease. And what?
I was gonna say kind of like Linkin Park and how their new album was kind of like.
No, Linkin Park's new album was terrible. Oh, that was terrible.
How? I guess I kind of want to say this. It got a lot of criticism for being bad, but also got a lot of criticism for them not being their old self. But you know, if they would have done their old like kind of rock kind of tone, like harder, people will still criticize it, being like, "Why don't you get into the new stuff?" Like that kind of shift into it. And I think that's why the album turned out how bad it was.
I'll tell you what, and I'm not gonna lie. Someone who released an album recently, and I actually went through and listened to it because I was amazed they even did this. Papa Roach, if you remember them, they made the Last Resort, Cut My Life into Pieces bullshit.
Dark song.
They released a new album, I think it was called Crooked Teeth. And my fucking god, does that sound like early 2000s rock. They did it so well. So well. And that's the only band that I've listened to recently that's actually even come close to doing that. Because everyone's just merging into this shit sound that's become just... I don't even know how to really describe the sound because it's... And I guess I can't really describe the sound either because... Excuse me. A lot of bands are just not relevant anymore. Rock and roll music I consider not really as relevant as it was back then. Because the fucking shit genres of like mumble rap and all that shit.
Well, excuse me. But I think I haven't seen any like new albums per se from any like major rock and roll artists, let's say metal. But from last year and the years before that, well I guess like 2 years ago, 1 year before that, a bunch of rock and rollers, they try to either keep back in their old Yeah, they try to keep back in their old tune, or they try to bump it up to the new tune of the new age, I guess, call it. And it's been half and half for both of them, because it's either been shit or good on both sides, and they just I don't think rock and roll will manage to keep up with the other genres for the future due to their already dying out process, which I feel I'm like dying because that's terrible. But
yeah, I can't tell if you're lagging or having a stroke.
Me?
Yeah, you. But I know what you mean. The way I see it is I don't feel like artists should have to really, you know, merge their sound into something that they don't want to just because it's popular. I feel like bands and artists and musicians build up their career by doing what they want, and I feel like that's how it should continue to be. But you know, fans just they want what they want. They don't really, and that kind of sounds bad. I'm not saying that the fans don't like what they put out. I'm just saying when they get something, they're always looking for how something can be improved in their own liking. The fans, that is, not the actual musicians. Because like, here's an example. Like, remember Drake? Everybody knows Drake. Good old Toronto rapper. He used to be I wouldn't consider him an R&B artist, but he was more into like the pop, sort of poppy, singy, kind of rapping sort of scene back then. And then the fucking popular sound became, you know, nitty-gritty fucking rap. And that's what he became. You know, he fucking... And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, he's done good for what he's, you know, put out. But I rarely see artists nowadays staying with their original sound and actually liking it without the fans going apeshit. It's rare.
It's become for artists more of a need to put out what people want instead of a want, if they want to keep being successful. And that's how I see it nowadays, which is sad, but it's...
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but here's a good example. My friend just put Taylor Swift. Remember, she used to be the big country girl, and she got many awards for her country songs, and then now she's that huge fucking pop-ass bitch.
She was a country singer?
Yeah, she was a country singer. She made songs like Romeo and Juliet, and I don't know if Romeo and Juliet is the name of it, but...
Yeah, I know you're talking about. But I don't know any more someone I wouldn't try.
And I'll tell you what, I feel like in the next 5 to 10 years, hip-hop will be barely relevant. Honestly.
I feel like... I feel like music will come to say like I won't say a dead stop, but come to a dead end where we will at one point have to revert back. And I say that would be in the next 10 years too, because of how much we're progressing and how fast it is in the music sort of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But people are looking for it to become new, just for when that point happens. It just to kind of be like, what now? What are we gonna listen to? And then it's just kind of like, hey, you gotta go back to the past. You can't just keep asking for new stuff.
Well, you know, the way I look at it and the way it's kind of seen is, I don't think we're ever gonna run out of music. If you want to word it that way, we're never gonna run out of music. Because there's always a way to take something and always change. You can always change a note, or many notes, and get a completely new product. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Anyway.
Zach, we're kind of in the middle of a broadcast.
Yeah, you are trash.
Okay. I like how, actually this one pointed out though, I like how this has been a two-man podcast. And how
yeah, no one else gives a shit. But that's fine.
What?
I had to mute myself for a while.
About the topics, so.
Well, I know, Lupin, you don't listen to music, and we've been concentrating on music. I'm sorry about that.
I fucking need somebody in here that listens to goddamn rap. Shit.
I do like
kinda,
every once in a while, but not enough to say anything.
I kind of want to talk about that country artist who was I don't know what word to say, but he was he went into a tone of like rap while doing his country music. I think it was rap at least. While he did his country music, and it turned out well for him. Like
who?
I don't remember who it was, but I remember reading something about it.
He was a country artist that reverted to rap music?
No, he was a country artist that did country music, and he implemented rap with his country music, and it turned out well. And I wonder if that's how the future will be like with us, instead of broadening out to more genres, us combining genres. Like how we already do, but like into a different scale.
Well, I mean, people combine like rock and rap sometimes, and like trap rap, and like pop and future bass and all those kinds of fucking things, but the genre, that is, the continuous want for it is what's going to keep it alive. Like, you know, the reason we like hip-hop right now, you know, reverting back to hip-hop, is because of who we have that's in the hip-hop game. I mean, we've got artists like Kendrick Lamar, who just released a new, he didn't just release, like 2 months ago released a project. You know, J. Cole is in the game, and he's done very well. Drake's in the game. You got new artists like Chance the Rapper and fucking
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Lil Uzi kind of came into the game like last year, early last year, and then he had that hit EXO Tour Life with he's like, I don't really all my friends are dead, push me to the edge bullshit, that emo shit. And the weird thing is he considers himself a rock star, but
What
yeah, I kind of heard that and I didn't really understand it because that's not what a rock star kind of does. But I'm not one to judge if he can do as he wants, and if he's doing what he wants and it works, I support him.
I think we should have.
What?
No, you
I feel like as the next few years go on, because you all don't listen to hip-hop, so there's this thing called the XXL Freshman Cypher.
I think I heard about that. What was that though?
It's basically artists getting a promotion, like new artists getting a push, basically. And it's got artists like XXX, you know, XXX Testicles, and who else is on there? Fucking Ugly God's on there. Kyle's on there. M&A's on there. Fucking Made in Tokyo's on there. R&B Rock's on there. You know, it's basically just like giving artists like attention that they kind of deserve. They feel like, because you know, when you get in the rap game now, it sucks. It's not easy getting big, and that's gonna be my problem. Hint, hint. By Zach. That's gonna be my issue when I you know, release my project and all that. I don't expect it to get fucking huge amounts of, you know,
Bread?
yeah, I don't expect it to be fucking huge. I don't expect a lot of people to hear it or like it or listen to it because like I've said, it's hard, you know, to get a push. And if I would have done this like 5 years ago, I would have been on the top of my fucking game, guaranteed. But now there's so many artists coming into the game, and so many different genres of, if I can even call it like genres of rap, that it's all just it's just a clutter, basically.
I don't want to like bring topic to like a dead stop, how we're gonna roll, but I kind of want to move on to a different topic, considering with all of us, we keep on the same type of subject. So let's go like, so everyone can have a topic to talk about. Let's go back. Let's go into YouTube.
YouTube? YouTubers, okay.
Let's go into that and how that has been.
Before we start this, what the heck is Anaheim? Is it like E3?
What?
Anaheim?
What's Anaheim? Yeah. What?
Anaheim's a place, I thought.
I thought it was a place
Anaheim, California. It's like an event or something.
Okay, let's go back to YouTube.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to change video games real quick, and then I will return. So the stream is gonna go down for a second, then I'll be right back. Hold on.
I'm doing the exact same thing.
I'm just gonna go to GTA. I'm
gonna hit up basketball. Actually, no, I'll go ahead to. Actually, you wanna play GTA to get other Chris while we talk?
Sure.
I hate to be that guy. Yeah, let's hit this up. Can I just wait? No, fuck you, game. Tell me when you start back up streaming.
I'm on. Hey, cuties.
I'm. Oh no! But YouTubers, so I'm a nerd. Say how they're sorry about the train. Say how their popularity nowadays have been. I wouldn't say decreasing, but has been kind of like people are moving to YouTube, but they aren't sticking there for a longer time.
Are you talking about like fucking Viners?
Yeah.
Like how you have like Lance Stewart going into YouTube and everyone hates him, and all the Jake Paul brothers and shit.
That Disney Channel flow.
Ugh, stop. But it's like their ad revenue, how that kind of stopped for a while. I think that was a move by YouTube to try to get more viewers.
Ad revenue.
So
You mean like the thing where the ads aren't playing on YouTubers' videos?
Yeah, how they had that thing like that. I don't remember if that was exactly what happened, but.
Okay. Hold on.
How it's being really difficult on YouTubers these days.
Yeah, it was kind of like they stopped that where people get revenue.
Okay. Basically, the whole thing with that is YouTube has become basically one big giant filter in how I feel, this is my opinion. I always have to say that because, you know, how people are. I'm breathing heavy, aren't I?
I mean,
I feel like YouTube now is not really a place where people can upload what they want, as it once was, but more so, you upload what YouTube wants you to upload. And that might sound like weird at first, but here's a prime example. There's a YouTuber I know named Anthony Fantano. He's a he reviews music and art, rappers and all that shit, and just music.
Back in a minute.
Okay, phenomenal YouTuber. I love him. he has another channel, which is like just a fucking meme channel, just bullshit, you know. And then he made a debate, or not really debate, but like a ranting channel where he talks about topics that are like, you know,
Controversial.
kind of, yeah, controversial. YouTube shut it down. They wanted no part of a controversial YouTube channel talking about real shit.
Now, I just have a question. Was it YouTube, the corporation that shut it down, or was it the fan base who went on that channel who shut it down? Because that's two different things.
It was the corporation.
It was okay. Continue.
And you know, I don't understand why it's so fucking like tedious or so hard for like another reason why the ads went away was because companies don't want their ads placed on controversial videos. The whole thing about how there was an ISIS video, like an ISIS beheading shit, and there was some ad on it of a company, and then YouTube saw that, and then the company saw that, and they were like, whoa, we're not gonna put ads on videos that could like ruin our name. And then YouTube's like, alright, everybody, sit down, kids. You know, the YouTubers being kids. We gotta have a talk. No more doing bad things, or no one gets paid, okay? And I didn't think it would fucking last this long. I don't know why I spawned all the way over here. I didn't think it would last this long. But it's still going on, and it's still fucking ruining YouTubers. Like, seriously.
I think that could have been like better if they realized what controversial really entails, because everyone has their different stance on what controversial is. Like Couch Up, that's like, because I watch them a lot. They're controversial to some people due to like other fucking. I'll bring up the Blue Party. That was a controversial. That it was in a way disgusting to maybe some people.
The problem is YouTube wants the whole company and service to be kid-friendly. But little do they realize YouTube was not made for a kid-friendly audience. YouTube was made for anybody to make and post whatever they wanted. And we're shying away from that, and it's ruining what made YouTube what it is. And it's, in the long run, it's going to... Ads aren't the only source of revenue for YouTubers, though they still get sponsors and things like that. Okay. Yes, you're correct. But sponsors, there are not many YouTubers that run off sponsors. If you want to take into account how many YouTubers there are that are like, you know, big, depending on how you consider it, a lot of them do not have sponsors. Because like an example of a sponsor would be like G Fuel
watches,
or fucking Control Freaks, or like Red Bull or Monster or something like that, right? A lot of YouTubers don't have those sponsors, and they don't get the same connections as some YouTubers. Some YouTubers do. A lot of YouTubers that have sponsors are primarily gaming YouTubers, not in specifically team-based gaming channels like FaZe and Optic and, you know, Team Caliber and everything, like YouTubers that play professional esports. Those get sponsors. And everyone else basically, they rely on companies placing their ads, and I can't run up a hill, they rely on companies placing ads on their videos, and that's where that kind of partnership between those two come into play. And it's shitty to see, you know, it's fortunate that YouTube is a way of life, not really a way of life, but it's fortunate now that YouTube is a source of income for people, that they can do what they want and get paid for it. I feel like that's a fucking phenomenal idea. What's not a phenomenal idea, I do feel like, now I do feel like YouTube should have like a filter, you know, rules and shit. That makes perfect sense. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't believe that it should have such a filter on YouTubers to post what YouTube is okay with. Because if you look back, like, you know, 8 months ago, there were fucking videos of, like, how would I put, what's a good example? Like you said, Anthony, like Cowchop's video of the lube party, where they had a bunch of lubricant in a pool.
There's a lube party, and then I thought about another one, like the one where they put the stuff in the penis, like the penis dispensers, and they were like, yes. Disease. Better example, I guess what you're saying.
Like how the Cowchop has been known to use dildos. Okay, that's just who they fucking are. They do that. And now, if you've noticed, where have they all gone?
I like how you asked more. Well, I would say yes. There was a way to say yes, but it's not that it has gone. It's more that it has kind of went down. Like it lowered, because you don't see them. You still see like maybe a giant penis in the background or dildos in the background of the videos, but it's become less of a use in videos because of it. Because you don't want to brandish off this gigantic penis like anymore due to the restriction, and that's their main content has become from dirty shit. Like everyone who watches their stuff knows that. And it's just kind of like, I've lost track of what I'm saying, and I want you to pick up from me before I kill myself, and I want you to pick up from me.
Now here's the thing though. Even though you may still see, you know, a dildo or whatnot in Cowchop's video, what's still happening is they're not getting paid. I can't say that they're like completely like, okay, well I closed this. Great. I don't know how much income Cowchop gets. I don't look into that shit. But judging from the complaints from them on their channel, they are not getting income from companies. So at this point, I would not feel, you know, if I were them, right?
Yeah.
I would just say fuck it and do what I want, and that's a risky move. That is a very risky move when you built your, you know, whole organization off of getting money from YouTube. Like, that is their job. But I feel like the only thing to me, Adpocalypse, yeah, really. I feel like the only thing that's gonna really get YouTube's attention is for YouTubers to come out and say, okay, that's it, we'll find a new way to, you know, get money. And a lot of people are going to Twitch. A lot of YouTubers are going to Twitch because that can also be a good source of income. Because people have to pay to watch you. They pay $5 a month to watch you. So it's just it's just so, I don't know.
Train come to a stop, but continue.
I just think that you know, a platform that was built off of having fun has become so blinded by the fact that it's built up to be a huge company that, and let me, you know, refer back to what I said earlier, I think that it's wonderful that YouTubers can, you know, get paid to do what they want. That's amazing. That's great. But it also shies away from the fact that YouTube was built off of entertaining others. And YouTube was made to make people laugh and to have, you know, like just a platform to go to see stupid shit. And now it's based off of, you know, money. And I mean, I guess that. Go ahead.
I think that's like, they don't take comprehension that people can just, you know, filter out what they don't want to watch. Like, they put a filter on that stuff for a reason. Like, there's this button you can press, I'm pretty sure, like on the top left of the screen at the home page, that you can filter the shit. I think that it's both the people and YouTube's fucking retardedness. Sorry for language again, but it's their fault for not being able to, you know, fucking.
I don't care if you say retarded.
I mean, even for children, there's YouTube for kids.
Yes.
Yeah. You can choose what the fuck you watch. You don't have to watch, you know.
So, like, if YouTubers are being, like, forced by this censorship, then just let them be who they want to be. Because that's not them if they're forced to not curse.
More? Or no?
Is this a point to change the subject?
Do you want to change the subject?
Do you want to change the subject, he says, on a podcast?
I mean, he said, let's change the subject or something like that. I don't know, you don't say that.
Now, what I will say is this. I can't say it's completely YouTube's fault, because this whole thing became from, or I guess I should say, was started from ads showing up on not friendly videos. You know, those videos being like beheadings and shit. You know how an ad got on a beheading video, I don't fucking know.
You don't have to fucking watch a beheading video in the first place.
You don't. You really don't have to.
There's a place called, like, is it Live Leak that you can watch that on? And
yes.
It's not fucking YouTube.
Yes. You do not have to click on that video. You can think to yourself, nah man, I don't like that. And then I'm just gonna stay in first person view. Actually, no, I'm not. You, like, people think YouTube thinks it's like, they're like forced to watch these things. And they're not. At all.
Remember, Chris, you got them little special prissy babies.
Special what?
Special little babies. Little kids. That
yeah,
need what they
okay.
want.
Look. If a little kid gets on YouTube, right? When I say little kid, I mean like maybe... Have you ever seen a beheading though? Fuck yeah, I've seen a beheading though. Things are cool as shit.
You don't help your kids.
If a little kid, I say little kid as in like 6 or 7, were to, you know, I'm just driving around, I'm not doing anything in my thing. If a little kid were to get on YouTube, right, and, you know, he's like, oh, what's this? ISIS beheading video. ISIS beheading. I can see a kid going, "Whoa!" and clicking it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not, and you know, people could argue, well, that's why there shouldn't be ads on there, and that's because those videos exist, and you know, people, young kids can click on the video and see an ad and think, wow, this ad supports that. I've heard that argument before. No kid gives a fuck about an ad. Kids don't give a fuck. When you're 13, maybe 12, 13, you don't give a fuck about the ad on the video. You just want to skip the shit.
Yeah.
No one thinks, like, when you're young, no one thinks about what that ad does for the actual, you know, YouTuber. They just want to see the fucking video. So, and I feel like YouTube thinks that's the primary audience, is just, you know, little kids. Which if that was the fucking audience, wouldn't there be a lot more fucking, you know, maybe younger YouTubers in that range? Because if it's all based around the idea that the audience is little, like, that just doesn't make sense.
I think I understand that nowadays it's more toward younger audiences, but I think they don't understand that younger audiences doesn't mean fucking a 7-year-old or a 5-year-old going on YouTube. But it is though. It actually is though. But they're taking it to where it's just them watching it.
Right.
And they need to understand that they're fucking full-grown adults. You have no shit to do in their spare time watching this, as well as fucking kids. No offense to these adults, because I'm one of them. Even though I'm not an adult.
You're not an adult.
Exactly.
Is someone else online? Let's get someone else in here to join this podcast.
Wasn't Quinn online a little bit ago?
He's probably away from his thing.
I don't know. Hey Wyatt,
I
who
want to have somebody fucking.
Tony, mate.
Tony listens to rock. I'm gonna hold on. Who the fuck is online? Who the fuck? He's not even here, is he?
Is he at work? Still?
Yeah, he's at work.
Well then, shit.
I'll invite fucking what's his dick one more time, and I mean, if he doesn't join, then we're gonna have to talk about something that.
What's his dick? Yeah, what's his dick? I don't fucking know what this dick is.
Okay. Is the NBA rigged?
Is the NBA rigged?
No.
I will say no.
No. Do I feel
really
this is just a giant change of topic? Do I feel like Golden State had a good chance to win this year? Yes. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Now, do I feel as if Golden State is stacked? Abso-fucking-lutely. To the max. You cannot tell me no. I mean, do I think that the roster of Golden State is better than the Cavs? Quentin, we're doing a podcast. Quentin.
Quentin?
Quentin?
Mike?
Quentin? Quentin?
What are we doing a podcast?
We've been doing a podcast for the past hour.
Almost 2 hours.
Oh shoot! I missed part of the podcast.
It's okay. We can. I wanted to find someone that talks about fucking rap music.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, I was actually about to talk about like sort of kind of folk music, You ever heard of In the Aeroplane Over the Sea?
I have not.
It's an album about the Holocaust.
Okay.
And it's by a guy named, it's by a band called Neutral Milk Hotel. But the lead singer and the main songwriter, I think the only songwriter, is, Jeff Magnum. And the man has lungs of steel. And I've been practicing trying to get even close to that. But it's so hard.
Okay. How? I don't know what I was going to ask.
I don't know what you're gonna ask. It's like, I don't know. I'll play it at some point.
All right.
I'll play the song I'm talking about.
Here is my question for you.
Copyright. What's the song? What's the question?
Me and Anthony talked about this earlier, and we got off the subject because they don't listen to fucking rap.
Sorry. Christ.
Do you believe that hip hop will be at the same point later as it is now?
No. No.
Now why?
No. Because music always moves on. No matter what it is, it just moves on. There will of course always be imitators who are really close to what the style of now is, but there's never going to be music like the style of now because people will be influenced by future music. No matter what. No matter how pure you try to keep it.
Now here is also another question I want you to ask, or I want you to ask. I want to ask you. Who do you think makes the best in the hip hop game? Makes the best music? Who would you say is the best rapper as of right now?
Right now? See, I don't really listen to many modern rappers. I mean, like, excuse me? Honestly, like, there's not really much.
Okay, here, I'll change it up. I'll change it up.
Oh, Childish Gambino. I'm a liar. Childish Gambino.
The best rapper?
Around, yeah. Right now, for now. Or maybe Kendrick. Maybe Kendrick.
I would say Kendrick is the obvious answer.
Yeah, Kendrick.
Because he's had just... Go ahead.
Hold up. Let me check something real fast.
Because Kendrick's had, you know, hit after hit after hit. Because he started out with Section 80, and that just blew him up. And then he had Good Kid, which was a fucking phenomenal album. Absolutely phenomenal. And then To Pimp a Butterfly, I wouldn't say was that the Good Kid. Good Kid?
No, To Pimp a Butterfly is considered a masterpiece, dude. Like
I don't consider To Pimp a Butterfly better than Good Kid.
Really?
Really?
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't. And then he had Damn, which a lot of people did not like Damn, and I don't know why. Because in that album, he sort of reverts back to his storytelling days. You know, talking about how his cousin was killed. And all that. And then you got like J. Cole, you know. I feel like in the next 2 years, we're not going to see a lot of Drake anymore. I'll give it 2 years.
Nah, dude. To be honest, I think I'm gonna give him 3. I'm gonna give him 3.
One more after me?
Yeah, one more. Because I mean, the lifespan of an artist at this point, he's been around since like 2008. I mean, he's already gone past most artists. He's gonna be considered very influential for a very long time. But you gotta think he's probably been one of the most influential rap artists to come out in the past 10 years.
What do you mean by influential?
As in, people take influence from him and they incorporate him into their style, and they like his music. His music reaches out to people. People really like artists really like his music, and people really like, and the fans really like his music.
Okay.
So I mean, not all artists. I'd say critically, he's not doing all that great most of the time. Critically, Kendrick Lamar is more well received, but Drake has kind of a mixed reception, and then, but among like fans, which is where it's really going to count. Yeah, it's considered a big deal. Been around for about 10 years, and that's double the lifespan of most truly influential artists.
Now, if you want to get really down to it, Kendrick has been around, not really in the popular crowd, but he's been around since 2004. That's when his first release, his first ever music, like, experiment was released. I don't remember the name of it. It was 2004. And it's 2017, and now, and obviously, you know, after that many years, you would think you've kind of got, like, you know, you've kind of got the idea of how to do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Drake has shifted his style and his, you know, way of his lyricism so rapidly that his popularity came in a huge fucking wave real quick. I mean, he was relevant, really relevant, when he made Take Care, you know, and I forgot his other album.
I think what's really killing him isn't the change of style. It's the fact that he's they're trying all these different things to make him look more sentimental. Then really, like, for example, instead of putting out an album, they put out a playlist, which was the stupidest thing in the world, because it basically was an album. It was basically the same as Drake's albums worked. But they did it to try and make it look more like, if you're reading this, it's too late. Yeah, they were trying to, they're just trying to get it to work, and I mean, get it to look like he's this sentimental rap artist, and it doesn't work. It just looks corny and dumb.
I feel I also feel like Drake is making way too many releases, I feel like he's more concerned about... No, that's a good
thing. That's a very good thing. That,
not,
in terms of the music industry,
not necessarily.
Unless you're talking about quantity over quality. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no, in today's music industry, that's a great thing. What that is like, because then people are keeping up with you. They have more stuff to look at. Like, we live in the era of instant gratification. If you take a year in between releases, people are going to forget about you a lot of the time. And that's sad, because then it becomes quantity over quality, like you said. But it's just the reality of the days we live in.
I love how since Quentin's been here, Anthony hasn't said a fucking word.
Because I don't.
Hello, Anthony.
I can't join this topic. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna join you, Chris.
Okay.
Are you playing online?
Yeah. I can agree that sometimes... That's fine. I can agree that sometimes... Hey, Wyatt, Anthony, Slasher.
Let's play some Slasher, fam. Yeah, Slasher.
I can agree that for some artists, quantity over quality is a good thing. But if we're looking at, you know, Drake's past two releases,